Man, I wake up this morning and I make my cup of coffee, and the first thing in my YouTube subscription box is an album review for the new Judas Priest album, Firepower. I didn't even know Judas Priest had a new album out. So I'm fucking excited to just get this video over with so I can listen to the new Judas Priest album. Anyway, man, what a night last night, man. Jesus Christ. I don't even know where to begin. House of Glory last night, absolutely fucking kicked ass, man. Kicking it old school. I love every time House of Glory comes to the NYC Arena. I feel at home there. I feel like I can just shed my skin and just be myself. And I love my House of Glory family, man. They put on a very, very good show. In fact, I told Isaac that it was probably the best House of Glory show I've seen in the last, I would say, 6 to 8 months. And the funny thing about last night's show was it was rushed. They had to be out. They had a meet and greet at 4 p.m., lasted till 6. Everything was on time, which usually never happens in professional wrestling, especially on the indie scene. Show started at 6. We were done by 7:30. No intermission. Matches were great. All the performers did fantastic. They brought their A game last night, man, and I was very proud of everybody. And I honestly thought, from my end of things, storytelling, from the enthusiasm, for the voice that was needed for some of those high spots and for the chaos and the carnage that was happening last night, I honestly thought it was my best night of commentary to date with House of Glory, and I can't wait to hear it back, man. I had the pleasure of interviewing Mean Gene Okerlund, which was, you know, I wouldn't say I was starstruck, but when you are standing next to somebody that you, A, admire, B, watched growing up for the entirety of your childhood, and then, you know, me being, you know, a House of Glory commentator now, and just standing next to him and interviewing him and asking him what his experience was, you know, being at House of Glory. It's memories that, you know, you're going to remember forever, man, and I appreciate everything that I've been given here with House of Glory, and it's just fucking fantastic. So if you're ever in town, man, please check it out. Please check it out. They're coming back in May. We don't have details yet. It's supposed to be a surprise show, but there are big things coming. What they did announce last night is June 9th. I believe it's June 9th. Double J, Jeff Jarrett, WWE Hall of Famer. He's going into the Hall of Fame this April. WrestleMania weekend. Jeff Jarrett will be in New York City at the NYC Arena for House of Glory, man. That is the next major event. But like I said, May, they're going to have a surprise event. We just don't know the information and the details on that yet. The other thing that happened to me last night was I am trying to get a very, 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 very special guest interview on this podcast. And he reached out to me via my Instagram page. And he is none other than John Bravo. I'm trying to get Mr. Bravo and his take on Off the Script. I would love to get him on the show. I am hoping to get something nailed down before the next film comes out. So I'm looking forward to that. I will keep you guys up to date on that major story there with the steroid allegation. As you guys know, everybody is highly anticipating his investigation and his awesome filmmaking on that. So we're going to go over that a little bit again today. Just a recap of what we did yesterday, but I am trying to get John Bravo on here for at least 10-15 minutes to hype the film. I want to get his take on everything. I think sometimes, you know, the things that I see online, he's getting a bad rap. I honestly do not believe the rumors that Wrestle Talk TV had put out there. I didn't believe them for a second. And what we did yesterday was try and give you as many variables as possible for this entire Roman Reigns, Luther Reigns possible mix-up. And the one thing that I notice, and the one thing that I have seen all through my years doing this podcast, is that Roman Reigns is so highly protected by everybody. And it's not by just Vince McMahon. It's by the fans. The fans are so blinded because of their superstar can do no wrong. Their super fandom. You know, these super fans out there where they are in love so much with a certain guy, and anything that's bad surrounding the character or surrounding the individual, the man, usually those who are speaking the truth or trying to be very, open and honest, they're the ones that are attacked. And I don't understand that logic because, we here, we get attacked on a daily basis, which comes with the territory. I really don't care. I'm quick to block somebody who's going to be massively disrespectful to me. I don't give a shit. But when you come across a closed-minded individual who will not listen to other variables surrounding a situation like this, it's very difficult to even take them seriously. And a lot of people I've seen on the internet have been bashing Bravo for the reason of, oh, well, look at the mix-up. He only used Roman Reigns' name to hype the film. Reigns has nothing to do with it. Reigns is innocent. Reigns is cleared. And I'm over here looking at it in a way like, whoa, wait a minute. Let's think about this for a second. Please. Bravo mentioned Reigns in earlier films several weeks ago. I know for a fact Richard Rodriguez named Roman himself, Roman Reigns, WWE superstar Roman Reigns. And he mentioned that, you can't look that way by just going to the gym and not take performance-enhancing drugs. And then everybody came out of the woodwork because they want so badly for Reigns to be innocent. They don't want anything to happen to Reigns. And believe me, some of the people out there who hate my guts, they're not going to believe a word out of my mouth. I don't want anything bad to happen to Reigns. Bravo doesn't want anything bad to happen to Reigns. I don't think. Right? I don't think he's that type of guy. He's just doing his job as a filmmaker and an investigator. And hate obviously is going to come along with that because people are afraid of the truth. In this instance, people are afraid of the truth because of what it could mean for Roman's future. But we don't know yet, and people are jumping to conclusions and bad-mouthing Bravo, put up or shut up. The guy's got nothing. They're clinging on to one story that was falsely reported by Wrestle Talk News. And I love the Wrestle Talk guys. I love Luke Owen and Ollie Davis and all those guys over there. I think they do a great job. I think they do. I think they are doing it right in the YWC. But what we talked about yesterday is the way Bravo comes off in his films. You see that he puts so much effort into what he does, and the information is so meticulously put together. And it's like something so simple like that. I don't think he would make a mistake like that, even if he did not know who Roman was. If he didn't know who Roman was, I don't think a mistake like that, a big mistake like that, would just be overlooked. Why would he ruin his credibility for something that minuscule? And again, I told you guys, put up or shut up. Release the information already. We don't know how long this guy works on these films. Did you see the quality of his films? I mean, what do you want him to do? You want him to release garbage? You want him to release something that's going to get him in legal trouble when he probably has to go through lawyers? This is something that the Roman fans really aren't taking into consideration. And the simple fact of me bringing up the variable of Roman being mentioned already in this case, and then all of a sudden someone wants to throw the name of Luther Reigns out there, the idea of Bravo potentially being paid off to A, re-edit what he already had that included Roman, or B, completely cut it out and make no mention of Roman ever again, is a very possible situation. It's a very possible scenario, especially being this close to WrestleMania. This is what these fans don't understand. And again, I said it on Twitter yesterday. I was driving to my mother's house, and people were still bad-mouthing me on Twitter. Early in the morning, it never stops. So I went to go get a Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I put my phone on record, and I put something on Twitter real fast. And I brought the idea to the table of Bravo already mentioned 2 A-list actors. And I mentioned these guys in yesterday's video, and nobody seems to, hang on to the information that I put in my videos. You hear what you want to hear. Meanwhile, everything that I say is in the video, but you want to hear what you want to hear because you want it to be something else, even though you know I'm right. Bravo already had Josh Duhamel and Mark Wahlberg in the case already. 2 A-list actors. 2 well-known Hollywood actors. If Bravo wanted 15 minutes of fame for this film, why would he go out and use Roman's name to hype a film? I don't understand that. He already has 2 guys who he has evidence on. The investigation, went through Duhamel and Wahlberg, and there was evidence of those 2 guys dealing with Richard Rodriguez and his company. And he says there's more, and it bleeds into the wrestling industry. So if Richard Rodriguez wanted to make a name for himself, for his films, why would he use Roman Reigns, who is well known in the wrestling world, but when you compare Reigns to Duhamel and Wahlberg, he ain't even a blip on the radar, Roman Reigns. So if Duhamel and Wahlberg are that big, why would Bravo go out of his way to risk his credibility on fucking Roman Reigns? That's what I don't understand. And this is where the trolls and the super fans of Roman, they don't think. They don't think. So I want you guys to understand that whatever is being discussed right now as far as this Roman Reigns situation, don't believe it until the film comes out. Don't believe it until the film comes out. Bravo even said it on his Instagram. Reigns, Roman, and Luther Reigns are 2 different people. He knows this. He didn't mix up Luther Reigns and Roman Reigns. And he did say that several of these guys, these WWE superstars, whomever they may be, were using aliases. So we don't know what's going to happen until the film comes out. He did put pictures of Cena and Lesnar on his Instagram. And I do believe both of them could be potentially part of this investigation. Again, we will see. But he did say on his Instagram that Reigns, Luther, and Reigns, Roman are 2 different people. And all we have to do is let the man do what he has to do. Simple as that. Don't jump to conclusions and don't read into false reports. And I truly hope that Bravo is working it into the film where he's going to talk about the leaks and these fake news articles concerning, the mix-up. And again, I'm going to stress it to you. The trolls won't understand and the trolls won't believe me because they want me to be wrong, as if I'm reporting, as if I'm, making the film myself. I don't want Roman Reigns to be suspended. I don't want Roman Reigns to be, off of WrestleMania. I look at it from a fan's perspective. I watch these shows not only through the eyes of a fan, but through the eyes of a critic, because this is my job on here. If I'm not critiquing, then I'm not doing my job. If you want fans who suck the cock of the product, then you go watch somebody else. If you want somebody who's not going to give it to you like it is and tell you what exactly you are watching, then you have the wrong podcast. You have the wrong podcast. And again, it goes back to people not accepting the truth. They want to live in their own fucking bubble, and they want to pretend like everything is okay. The world is a fucked up place. People cheat, people lie, and what you're seeing on television deserves to be critiqued. Just like how I am critiqued, and how I am ridiculed, and how I am, just harassed on a daily basis. It's okay for you to critique me, but I can't critique WWE. So I'm looking forward to the film, and I'm hoping to get Johnny Bravo on here for at least 10-15 minutes to hype his film. because I think he might have something here. And if it ends up not being what we are expecting, then so be it. Then so be it. We'll see what happens. But that's my take on that. I want to thank... This is amazing here, man. This is amazing. Before we get into the news today, look at this. This is a fucking actual Atlanta Braves fucking toy hat. And this is an actual JD from NY figure. You know, it's got more hair than I do, but, you know, he did good on it. This is unbelievable, man. I'm speechless. I'm even look at it now. I'm speechless. Like, you know, I was working retail for 13 years, man, and I was absolutely fucking miserable. And you guys don't understand the things that I gave up to even get where I am today. And where I am today is really, you know, it's not really anywhere, man. I'm just a regular guy who is trying to gain traction on YouTube. I got almost 90,000 subs. Just a regular guy who lives in the Bronx, born and raised, right? And I have fans who appreciate the show and what I do so much that they go out and make action figures of me and put me in a Daniel Bryan t-shirt. I didn't have this Daniel Bryan t-shirt. I had the other one where he was on the top turnbuckle doing the yes chant. I didn't have this one. I didn't like this one too much, but this one works. This one works. This is amazing, man. Trey, if you're listening, brother, you are absolutely fucking talented at what you do, man. This is amazing. And if you guys want to go check out Trey's work, he does have a YouTube channel, a growing YouTube channel. It's a very, very entertaining YouTube channel. He does WWE reviews like nobody else, man. He goes over action figures. He goes over the current product, gives his opinion on the current product, all through action figures. And it's a different take, and it's absolutely fucking fantastic, man. If you guys want to go see what he does, My Damn Toys on YouTube. This is his business card. He even gave me his business card in the... I think he's got a note here, too. He actually does have a note here, too. Let me get the note. My Damn Toys on YouTube. If you guys want to go follow him on Twitter, at My Damn Toys. And on Instagram, same thing, man. At My Damn Toys. Right there. You see it? Go check him out and go support him, man. He made a fantastic fucking JD figure, man. I'm working retail for 13 years, and then I come doing YouTube, and I got people making action figures for me, man. Through all the hate that I've been getting and all the lies that are being told about me and the people who want to see me fail, man, this is not something that someone who is a failure gets, you know? This is far from being a failure. I don't see any of those other fucking no-talent hacks getting action figures made about them. So continue to suck down your buffalo wings and fucking... you know, sit behind a chair being fat and obese, making fun of mentally challenged individuals. You'll go nowhere. What's good, JD? My name is Trey, and I am the creator and producer of My Damn Toys here on YouTube. I'm a huge fan, and I appreciate what you do for the wrestling community. My channel is focused all around WWE action figures, and we have surpassed 17,000 subscribers in just over a year, man. That's fucking awesome. Since I am such a huge fan of yours and what you do, I wanted to hook you up with your own Mattel WWE Elite action figure I got with my good friend BEW. And together, I believe we created something that you will be happy with. Thank you again for all that you do, and I hope you enjoy this custom figure. Stay awesome and keep up the great work. P.S. If you didn't like the shirt and hat that the figure comes with, let me know, and I will get them fixed. I think it's awesome. Thank you so much, man. And look at that. Even took the time out to draw up the Goon City logo design, man. Man, I'm completely humbled, man. And I told you guys at the beginning of the year, man, I went through fucking heartbreak. I continue to go through heartbreak. And I'm going to try my best to make it my year, man. We're going to get over 100,000 subs this year. We are going to take the wrestling scene on YouTube by storm. Everybody's going to want to be a part of Off the Script, man. And I'm going to do my thing with House of Glory as I always do. And I'm going to try and get their brand out there as well. So Unbelievable stuff happening here, man. I got so much to go over today. We're going to do Fastlane. We're going to go over some news and rumors that I heard. Apparently, there's a major rumor going around with Dolph Ziggler that I hope is not true because it just doesn't make any sense logically and proves that SmackDown Live creative is nothing but a lazy sack of shit. So we're going to go over all that, and that's all I got for the intro of this podcast, man. I'm going to hit the intro. We're going to hit the theme music. And I'll see you on the flip side. We'll talk about Fastlane and whatever news and rumors I got right here on episode 212, part number 3 of Off the Script for your Fastlane Sunday. You guys are absolutely killing it with the Teespring campaign, man. There's 8 days remaining on it. There's 8 days remaining on it, and the last I checked this morning, we sold 50 t-shirts, dude. That is amazing. There's 8 days left. We seriously have a shot at breaking the 100 sold barrier. If you guys have not gotten your gold foil limited edition JD Club t-shirt, please go and get it now. You have 8 days remaining for this particular Teespring campaign. They hit me up. They said, JD, do you want to be a participant for a campaign for this exclusive offer? One time only. I said, absolutely. They gave me this design and they put gold foil on it. And there you go, man. Limited edition. You're not going to see it at all for the rest of the year. You might not even see it ever again. I don't know how often Teespring does this gold foil campaign, but we were a big deal on Teespring last year with the original design for Team JD, and now it's gold foil. So make sure you guys get it. We have a chance at breaking 100 sold, man. We're at 50 right now. So I'm going to leave you guys a link at the bottom of this video in the comment section, pinned at the top of the comment section. It's going to be the first thing you see when you scroll down to the comments. That's the link. Go and get your t-shirt. You're going to get it before WrestleMania. So if you guys are going to WrestleMania or if you're going to have some house parties for WrestleMania, you will have your Team JD Gold Foil t-shirt. Wear it in pride. Teespring.com, the Team JD Gold Foil Limited Edition shirt campaign. Go and get it now. We do have a new shirt on Barbershop Window. Get Benched Goon. And this is the first of 2 new shirts coming to Barbershop Window. I got my buddy Sal Rex. If you guys are following me on Twitter, there will be a new shirt, and I believe this one will absolutely blow the JD's Negan one out of the water, man. We will have, coming soon, I hope before WrestleMania, we will have coming soon the very first installment, because there will be others. Believe me, there will be others, because not only does Vince McMahon do it for Roman, but there are others who do it for Roman as well. We will have the very first edition of the Do It for Roman line. They do it for Roman. And if you guys have been on my Twitter page last night, you will see the first one is of the Beaver himself, Kevin Dunn. I will not reveal it here. I want you guys to go to my Twitter page and find it. It's on my wall. I gave you guys a poll. So there's 2 designs on there for the We Do It for Roman t-shirt. Go and check that out. It's coming. And I want that to be the biggest selling t-shirt in the history of Barbershop Window, man. So that's coming. And I thank all you guys for the support as always. We have, obviously, Harry's.com/script for your free trial shave set. We have audibletrial.com/offthescript for your free month of their service and one free audiobook. Please go and show some love to those sponsors. Great sponsors of the show. And we are now newly sponsored by Movement Watches, man. MVMTwatches.com. You guys seen the gunmetal gray chronograph that I've been sporting around? I'm actually wearing it in the picture with Gene Okerlund yesterday from House of Glories, kicking it old school, man. MVMTwatches.com. They also sell sunglasses. If you guys want to go get yourself a nice little timepiece, if you guys want to go get yourself some sunglasses, at checkout, use code JD215 at checkout. Follow me on Twitter at JDFromNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for notifications. And if you guys want to support through the Patreon page, patreon.com/JDFromNY206. Let's get through this Fastlane preview and predictions, man. I got Fastlane news, and then we'll break into the Fastlane preview and predictions. Being that I don't even have the match card up on my PC. Let me get the card here for everybody so we can do that when the time comes. That's not the link I'm looking for. This is the link I'm looking for. Good. Okay. We have news here, man, on a potential match with Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. Now, the plan was for, obviously, if you guys have been watching SmackDown, Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. That was the proposed match, or at least the direction I thought they were going in for WrestleMania. Something fell through the cracks. I'm assuming Daniel Bryan didn't want to be delegated to standing on the apron most of the time at WrestleMania, while Shane McMahon does the bulk of the work against Owens and Zayn. Good on Daniel Bryan for turning that match down, if that is indeed the rumor that is going around. That is well beneath what Daniel Bryan wants to do. Daniel Bryan wants to get back in the ring and physically wrestle. He doesn't want to be sitting on a ring apron for the entirety of his WrestleMania return and his first match back in 4 years. He don't want to do that. But the storyline with Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn was something that we've been forced to sit through since October. And through months and months and months and months of WWE teasing Daniel Bryan's in-ring return, Shane McMahon even mentioning it on SmackDown Live not too long ago, we all know you want to get back in the ring. We all know you want to wrestle again. He even said it himself, I know you want to wrestle again. And I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, WWE's dropping little subtle hints that Daniel Bryan wants to wrestle. Maybe they clear him for a in-ring return. Now, all of a sudden, as the last couple weeks have gone by, we've started to see less and less of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens focus on Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan. And the focus more is on the break-up between Zayn and Owens, having nothing to do with Shane and Daniel Bryan. But now there's new reports of Shane McMahon moving away from that and moving on to something else with only 3 weeks left to go before WrestleMania. And I question again why this makes any sense to anybody at all. You know, you got the fucking blithering buffoons out there who are like, oh, JD, why are you so negative, man? Why don't you just open up to the idea that it could be a good match, man? AJ Styles and Shane McMahon stole the show, man. You know, I've always been one for logic, and I've always been one for storyline continuation. If you've fed me for 4 fucking months of Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn, then I would like a conclusion to Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn, whether Daniel Bryan's a part of it or not. You know, the simple-minded buffoons, they're easy to please because they'll take anything that's thrown their way. Me, I like to make sense of things. I like to know why something is happening, why I should be open to the idea, and I want to know why one idea was abandoned for something that doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. Now, the rumor of this Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan match, not Daniel Bryan match, I'm sorry. I want Daniel Bryan in a match. But the rumor of this Shane McMahon Dolph Ziggler match that is being reported now, first reported, by the way, by Dirty Sheets and the cast over at DirtySheets.net and the Dirty Sheets podcast, Shane McMahon and Dolph Ziggler to have a match at WrestleMania 34. I'm trying to figure this one out. Now, this could have been something that made sense if WWE wanted to visit it when they did have Dolph Ziggler walk out of the WWE. But no, WWE, they had Dolph Ziggler win the United States Championship, relinquish the title in a manner in which we all thought he was a fucking idiot. He disappears for 7 weeks, shows up at the Royal Rumble with absolutely no explanation, gets eliminated at the number 30 position in 90 seconds, comes back on Tuesday, no explanation whatsoever, and then the following Tuesday, we see Dolph Ziggler interviewed by Renee Young. Why are you back? Because I want a main event WrestleMania. Yeah, you and everybody else in the fucking locker room. You don't think Rusev wants to main event WrestleMania? You don't think Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens wants to main event WrestleMania? You don't think Ty Dillinger wants to main event WrestleMania? Everybody wants to main event WrestleMania. Then WWE seemingly doesn't even pick up why he dropped the United States title. They put him in a 6-pack challenge for the WWE title after walking away for 2 months. They rewarded a guy who walked away for 2 months with no explanation. How are you going to reward a guy for walking away from a company that he's employed to, have a walkout, and then when he comes back, hey guys, I'm back. Okay, you're back. We'll put you in the WWE title match at Fastlane. Does any of that make sense to you? Or are you that fucking gullible to not care about storylines? I don't know. Am I the only one with a fucking brain in this community? Now we got Shane McMahon and Dolph Ziggler. Now, if you backtrack to all of that in which I just said, if you go back to the day Dolph Ziggler relinquished the title, gave up the United States Championship, if from that point on you started to build the reason why Dolph Ziggler walked out of WWE was because SmackDown Live is really not the land of opportunity. It's the land of holding talent back. If you built Dolph Ziggler from that moment on in a way in which he finally just started to crack, he felt held down, he's better than the United States Championship, I should be main eventing WrestleMania. If you started to build frustration between Dolph Ziggler and SmackDown Live management, then I would be more open to the idea. 3 weeks left to go till WrestleMania. I am not so inclined to be open to the idea as I would maybe 3 months ago. And this is what people don't understand. You know, you're all stuck on the fact that, well, AJ Styles had a great match with Shane McMahon, but at least the storyline has been building. The storyline was built over several months with that. So if you give me Shane McMahon versus Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania, you're pretty much telling me that there's no storyline there, or you don't care about storyline because you abandoned one for another in which this one should have been taking place instead of the other one. You're giving me this match on 3 weeks' notice with zero fucking build. The only thing that this tells me is that, you know, Dolph Ziggler complained about not having a singles match at WrestleMania and all the time he's been a WWE employee. So you're getting Dolph Ziggler on the WrestleMania main card for the first time ever because you feel like you need to. You feel like you don't need to make sense of it. Nor do you care about making sense of it. I don't like that direction at all. I don't like that mentality whatsoever. All because it hasn't happened Now you have to do it just for the sake of having it happen? For the first time ever, Dolph Ziggler's at WrestleMania in a singles match. I wouldn't be surprised they build it on that. First time ever. WWE's favorite 3 words in 2018. First time ever. It'll be the first time ever fucking WWE puts on a good WrestleMania. WrestleMania is fucking the worst show of the year. Just based on how it's fucking just built up and given to the audience. They don't give a shit about anything. Shane McMahon versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 34. With WWE Fastlane upon us, the picture for WrestleMania 34 is about to get a whole lot clearer. 6 men will battle for the WWE Championship in Fastlane's main event. We've seen it on SmackDown Live already. I don't give a fuck what happens tonight. AJ Styles against Baron Corbin doesn't belong there. Dolph Ziggler doesn't belong there. John Cena doesn't belong there. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. The winner will move on to WrestleMania to face Shinsuke Nakamura. The bookmakers seem to think that AJ Styles will retain his title and set up a showdown with the artist, while many believe John Cena is still destined to face The Undertaker. Owens and Zayn have been pegged to turn on each other while keeping that feud going. And potentially, I got news on where they might be at WrestleMania. They might not even be in a singles match at WrestleMania. They may be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at best, because they're abandoning this storyline with Shane and Daniel Bryan for the Dolph Ziggler one. So there's no plans for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. If they're going to go with a singles match at WrestleMania, it certainly ain't going to be Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. They're going to try and get a McMahon on the show, because WrestleMania can't exist without at least one McMahon in a match. This year we'll have 2. God, I can't wait. And you want to know why people say the talent is held back? Well, when you got Stephanie McMahon taking a spot, and you got Shane McMahon taking a spot, I mean, by God, why wouldn't people complain? So AJ Styles hopefully will retain the title. Ziggler, Corbin, what are they going to do outside of this 6-pack challenge? Ziggler and Corbin have no direction. Corbin certainly has no direction. Ziggler really right now, the way you look at it, has no direction either. You either put him in the United States Championship title picture and try to make sense of that. But again, it wouldn't even make sense because Ziggler gave up the title after he already won it. Why would he go after the title he willingly gave up? It makes no sense. It would make Dolph Ziggler look like the biggest buffoon on the roster. So you really can't do that without making him look like a fool. Cena, The Undertaker, Owens and Zayn, Battle Royal. Corbin, Battle Royal probably. Corbin will find himself in the Battle Royal more than likely, but it seems like Dolph Ziggler is going to have a very unlikely spot. During his recent podcast, Brad Shepard of Bodyslam.net discussed Ziggler as Shane McMahon's potential opponent for WrestleMania. This was also reported by the Dirty Sheets podcast. It looks like plans have recently changed, and now Shane McMahon's match, it looks and sounds like his opponent will be Dolph Ziggler. From what I've been told, that's what they are looking to do. Shepard continued, and I quote, Shane has got to have his match, and Dolph has never had a singles match at WrestleMania. It will be a good match. That's fine. Not everything I'm dying to see, but that will be something to watch for if they do go with that. We should start seeing that build soon. No, we shouldn't start seeing the build soon. We should have started seeing the build. We should have started seeing the build back in January. Back in January. Dolph Ziggler should have never even been in the Royal Rumble. He should have lobbied and been lobbying to come back to SmackDown Live under his agreements only. And they should have played his storyline contract, or the contract negotiations that he was really going through, into storyline, making it real life and bringing some personal feeling to the storyline. That's what he should have been doing. Ziggler, a 13-year veteran in the WWE and a 2-time world champion, has never ascended to the top of the card, but his ability obviously should be the one thing that should be at the top of the card, because he is that damn good. The show-off has been very vocal about his displeasure at the fact of not being the main attraction on SmackDown Live or a higher position in WWE. But after winning the United States title in late 2017, the 37-year-old appeared to take a sabbatical from the ring. He returned at number 30 in the Royal Rumble, eliminated in 90 seconds, wasting that spot completely and making him look like a bigger, blithering idiot. But it's not like he had a ton of steam behind that point anyway. How is Shane going to get on Ziggler's bad side in the next 3 weeks? Do you care? Is it going to be a great match? Am I intrigued about what they can do in the ring? Listen, Shane had a great match with AJ Styles. I expect the same thing out of Dolph Ziggler. But do you guys get where I'm coming from? This should have taken place already. Why am I going to get invested in something in the last 3 or 4 weeks till WrestleMania when this should have been building for the last 2 months? And you gave us 4 months of garbage fucking television with a possible end in sight, and you're just going to completely abandon it for something else. Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon have been bickering every single week, and now you're just going to throw it away. Shane McMahon and his issues with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, you're just going to throw it away with no conclusion. How is it going to come off on television if Shane is still bitching and moaning about Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and all of a sudden has an issue with Dolph Ziggler? Why would Shane have an issue with Dolph Ziggler? Why would Ziggler have an issue now with SmackDown Live when his issue should have been with SmackDown Live for the past 3 fucking years? Now you're going to make me believe Ziggler all of a sudden cares about his position on SmackDown Live. I don't get it. I just don't understand it. You know? What is he, bottling in all this anger? He's complaining every fucking week, every podcast he's on. Why wasn't this a storyline already? Oh, that's right, Dolph Ziggler's really not in our plans. But being that you got no plans for Shane, now you're running around like chickens with their head cut off just to get Shane McMahon on the fucking show. Garbage, man. Not saying that it's not going to be a damn good match, but you don't have me hooked at all on that. The only match I looked forward to last year at WrestleMania was the AJ Styles Shane McMahon match because at least they had storyline behind it. This year with this, I pass. I don't know what you do. WWE, again, booking themselves in fucking circles because they don't know what to fucking do. Illogical fucking booking. Speaking of Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and illogical booking, they got no plans for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. Wow, what a shocker. Eyebrows were originally raised when Sami Zayn ran down to ringside to help Kevin Owens come out on top in his Hell in a Cell match against Shane McMahon. That surprisingly signaled a heel turn for Zayn, who spent his entire career as the ultimate babyface but did a good enough job to be a lovably annoying heel alongside the more brutal Owens. Combined, though, they proved to be a genuine thorn in the side of Shane O'Mac ever since they joined forces. However, one thing fans saw coming as soon as the storyline started was the payoff for this match, that it would be the two ultimately split up yet again and finally have a one-on-one match at WrestleMania in New Orleans. After all, they are destined to fight forever. While some might claim that they deserve slightly better, it seems as if this isn't going to become a reality on April 8th inside the Superdome, which seems to be a shame considering this might have been what WWE was planning, and the chance for them to face off in an event of this magnitude would be special for both of them. To make matters even more confusing, the current WrestleMania plans don't even feature the pairing of Owens and Zayn going up against Shane McMahon. Again, when you consider the lengthy storyline the trio have been involved in, it's a shame that there's apparently no conclusion to it at all. There's no conclusion to Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Your guess is as good as mine. Instead, what WWE reportedly is planning, according to the Wrestling Observer and Dave Meltzer, is seriously going to annoy fans of Owens and Zayn. The source is claiming that WWE is simply going to place Owens and Zayn inside the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal in a big multi-man match to determine the fourth winner of this traditional match. Although it can be classified as an honor, no, it can't, because the match is full of fucking Titus Catering VIPs. You can't help but think that this is slightly underwhelming for them after everything we've seen on SmackDown Live and everything they've done together over the past 4 months on SmackDown Live. It's clear, just like I said with the Ziggler thing, this needs a blow-off of sort. if WWE does not blow this off, then whoever is in charge of SmackDown Creative clearly needs to be terminated. They have no idea of proper storytelling. But I would not expect anybody to, have Road Dogg write a fucking decent, lengthy program when he himself was nothing more than an introduction. They were never involved in a storyline of meaning. They only got over because of their fucking introduction shtick. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Why don't you fucking write a damn good show that we can be proud of, Mr. D-O-double-G? We need a blow-off, even if it means turning Zayn face again, which I don't recommend, because Zayn has benefited more by feeding off of Kevin Owens. And I want to see Zayn continue to be a heel, give him a chance to shine on his own away from Owens. We didn't expect much from Neville when he turned heel. Everybody looked the other way or rolled their fucking eyes. But Neville shut everybody up real fucking fast. And I think the same thing could be said for Zayn. If you give him an opportunity to run on his own and become a title contender, he will open up a lot of eyes. And if Nakamura does win the title at WrestleMania, I would love to see Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE Championship. Mark my words. That would be a classic feud. Zayn turning face is not what we need. But when he hit Owens with a haluva kick and covered him to emerge victorious in the main event, people thought that the breakup was inevitable. Instead, Owens' highlight of WrestleMania season is probably going to be the promotion of his new KO Mania shirt. However, the WWE is said to be giving the Battle Royal more importance this year because of the new Andre the Giant film coming out on HBO. The winner is said to be given a solid push. Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. Because the last four winners, or the last four matches, have done nothing for anybody's career. It's words on a dirt sheet. That's all that is. Perhaps one of the two will be lucky enough to receive that push. Well, we don't know what's going to happen with Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman could be in the match. And if Braun Strowman's in the match, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn don't stand a chance of winning the match. I wouldn't even put them over Elias at this point. That is a shame that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will be delegated to the fucking Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal instead of, A, having a one-on-one match, which I think they should have if that's the direction you're going in. If that is the direction you're going in, then give them the platform to end the fucking feud before you move Kevin Owens back over to Raw. Don't just end it with no explanation. How many times have we seen WWE do that? God, this news is fucking very depressing today. Fastlane is a fucking mess. SmackDown's a fucking mess. Jesus Christ. Something else that I don't hope happens tonight on Fastlane. The Undertaker is expected to be at Fastlane. I don't know why The Undertaker would be in the Fastlane main event. Maybe he comes out after the match, but I don't want him to interfere in the match. It makes no sense for The Undertaker to interfere in the match. This has been talked about already this week. Will The Undertaker be at Fastlane? Maybe. But let John Cena lose? Let's continue the storyline of depressing John Cena not getting the job done. John Cena doesn't need interference by The Undertaker to have him lose. John Cena can lose on his own. We've seen that before. And it would throw a wrench into the storyline. Cena needs to lose on his own. Cena needs to lose and become depressed. And then The Undertaker comes out and meets John Cena face to face. You want it? You want your road to WrestleMania? Here, I'm going to give it to you. One of the worst kept secrets in WWE right now is that The Undertaker is set to return for one more match at WrestleMania 34. Hopefully his last. Last year, many believed that The Undertaker's second loss at WrestleMania was his last. And whoa, his second loss. And who's in the main event this year? The two guys that beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania. By golly, I can't wait. Nobody can be blamed for that, though, as his loss to Roman Reigns had the announcers talking up his retirement, while his actions following the loss suggested that, too, as he left his hat in the ring along with his coat and gloves. However, once more, the rumors started going around that the dead man was gearing up for another return, and that was all but confirmed last week when John Cena did what many were expecting him to do when he called out the Phenom. Then he admitted that the match can happen as he shifted his focus to the WWE Championship, and now he's going to be a part of the Fastlane main event tomorrow night. Taking advantage of his free agent status, Cena jumped to SmackDown Live and will now be a part of the six-pack challenge where he, alongside Zayn, Owens, Ziggler, Corbin, and Styles, he hopes to beat AJ Styles, or pin anybody for that matter in the six-pack challenge, become the WWE champion, and go on to face Shinsuke Nakamura in New Orleans. Now, as for the fans, they are aware it is highly doubtful that WWE will change their plans of Styles versus Nakamura, which means Cena versus Undertaker is still the plan. And no clowns, it won't be Mysterio. Now the Wrestling Observer newsletter has revealed that we can expect this feud to kick off eventually. Yeah, eventually. There has been a lot of talk surrounding Cena's upcoming schedule, which highlights that he's not advertised for any SmackDown Live events, which means he's going to be staying on the red brand during this feud. SmackDown Live could certainly use the boost in momentum with the Undertaker and John Cena feud, being that you got Lesnar and Reigns over there and everything else of vast importance. Why can't you put something of importance on SmackDown Live so at least we have something to look forward to? Oh, that's right. Vince doesn't give a fuck about SmackDown Live. Nobody gives a fuck about SmackDown Live for that matter. There's been a lot of talk surrounding Cena's upcoming schedule, and they are going to put this feud on Monday Night Raw. During the last installment of the Wrestling Observer Live with Bryan Alvarez, Alvarez revealed that the feud should be kicking off at Fastlane as opposed to Monday Night Raw the following night. According to Ringside News, Alvarez said, and I quote, "I believe the setup for The Undertaker vs. John Cena will be at Fastlane. I don't think they will wait for Raw with that one," end quote. This suggests that either the dead man will cost Cena the chance to claim a record-breaking 17th world title win, which I don't want to see happen, or that The Undertaker will answer the challenge Cena sent out on Raw last week before turning his attention elsewhere after the match is over, which is probably the best way to go about it. Like I said, Cena needs to lose to continue the storyline. What sense does the storyline make in Cena being depressed and Cena can't get the job done on his own if The Undertaker's going to come in there and fuck him over? The Undertaker has no reason to fuck him over. Let Cena lose on his own, please. Attention to detail. This is probably the more beneficial route to take, as it will make fans want to tune into Raw to see what the aftermath will be. This is, instead of WWE wasting valuable time in setting up the feud for Raw, with fans having to wait an additional week, with WWE having even less time to get the most out of their anticipated rivalry. It looks like we're going to have to stick around for the end of the main event of Sunday night to see whether this happens or not. I agree with that last piece of information here in the article. You know, WWE, coming out of Fastlane, they got how many weeks? 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks till WrestleMania. It's been building. We know what's happening. I think if they wait till Monday Night Raw to have it happen, I think it's going to be a little bit more, unpredictable to see The Undertaker come out. But I would rather them wait till Monday Night Raw, to be honest with you. I think just build, the fact that Cena lost again. And have just fans hold on to that aspect of, well, Cena lost now. He's going to come out on Monday Night Raw. What the fuck is he going to say then? Just continue the storyline on John Cena for now without The Undertaker having to be there. The Undertaker is eventually going to show up. Have Cena lose tonight and build the cliffhanger through John Cena's just downtrodden, depressed attitude. What is John Cena going to do now that he lost? How many other opportunities does he have to get to WrestleMania? There is none. So what is he going to say on Monday Night Raw? You don't necessarily need The Undertaker to build a cliffhanger going into Monday Night Raw. John Cena is the cliffhanger. Have The Undertaker come out on Monday Night Raw. It makes for a more memorable moment. Cena lost to Fastlane. He's got nothing to do with WrestleMania now. Undertaker comes out and interrupts John Cena's promo on Monday Night Raw. Simple. John Cena is the cliffhanger. You don't need The Undertaker to have a cliffhanger going into Monday Night Raw. I hope it doesn't happen. Save it for Monday. That's all the news I got coming out of Fastlane. Let's run through these preview and predictions real fast. I got to get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. I want to get this video up so that it actually gains some traction before Fastlane hits your WWE Network subscriptions at 8 o'clock. Becky Lynch and Naomi versus Natalya and Carmella. This is a fucking tag team match. I didn't even know what was happening. When the fuck was this announced? Why should I care? I'm going with Becky Lynch and Naomi. Can Becky Lynch get a win on pay-per-view? Becky Lynch has not won on pay-per-view in over a year. Crickets. Crickets. Becky Lynch is underutilized on SmackDown Live. I don't know why I should care about that match. I'll probably fucking cook myself a nice Italian dish while this match is going on. Who cares? Becky Lynch and Naomi versus Natalya and Carmella. Speaking of Carmella, there are rumors going around, and I actually agree with this rumor. I don't know where it came from, but I don't mind it at all. The way we look at it now with Carmella and the Money in the Bank briefcase, you know, you look at the daunting task of Carmella with the briefcase, and then you got Asuka potentially coming to SmackDown. You know, with that aspect, it looks like Carmella's going to be shit out of luck. Looks like she won't be cashing in a briefcase successfully. I brought up the idea of maybe if there's a draft. You know, WWE really didn't lay ground rules for the Money in the Bank briefcase. And being that Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live both have Money in the Bank this year and that it's a dual-branded pay-per-view, you know, Carmella could ultimately be drafted to Raw after WrestleMania and cash in on whomever the champion is over there. That was my idea. But if you want Carmella to cash in and somehow make waves for herself, which she so desperately needs because she has absolutely no momentum at all. It's like WWE's kept her off television and forgot that she's a Money in the Bank briefcase holder. If Asuka does indeed challenge Charlotte for WrestleMania, I would not mind if they pull a Seth Rollins with Carmella at WrestleMania. Now, if Asuka is on her way to beating Charlotte at WrestleMania and Carmella comes in and cashes the briefcase, makes it a triple threat match in the last closing seconds of that match, and pins Charlotte, it really wouldn't count as a loss for Asuka because she wasn't pinned. And Asuka would have been cheated because of this technicality. So I like that aspect of it. I really didn't think about that. And I didn't think WWE would rehash the Seth Rollins scenario like he did at WrestleMania 31 against Lesnar and Reigns. But I would not mind that. It gets Carmella momentum. You got the title on Carmella. And you have a storyline intertwined right there, right out of WrestleMania with Charlotte, Carmella, and Asuka. You know? Charlotte could eventually win the title back from Carmella. And then Asuka chases the title to SummerSlam or Money in the Bank, whichever one you want to do, and she wins the title then. As long as Asuka remains undefeated, that is the main thing we need to focus on as the priority. As long as Asuka remains unbeaten, I don't give a fuck what they do. This is a way around that. Let's do it. Let's do it. My priority is to get as many people with momentum. My priority is to get as many stars built the best way we can. That would be huge for Carmella at WrestleMania. Let's hope it happens. Let's see if it happens. I wouldn't mind that at all. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Rusev with Aiden English. This is clearly a match set up to get Shinsuke Nakamura some momentum going into WrestleMania. Rusev stands absolutely no chance. And it's a shame because today is Rusev Day. Today is Rusev Day, and Rusev is going to lose on Rusev Day. And I hope that Aiden English and his voice is good to go because I want to hear the melodious tones of Aiden English sing on this Rusev Day. But Rusev is going to get a Kinshasa to the face, and Shinsuke Nakamura is going to go on to WrestleMania with some momentum under his belt and a win over Rusev. I would have much rather preferred Nakamura versus John Cena, but who am I? What do I know? I'm just some internet goon who doesn't know what he's talking about. Should have been Nakamura and Cena, but I thought that would have made Fastlane a much bigger event than it is today. Charlotte versus Ruby Riott. Charlotte defending the SmackDown Live Women's Championship against Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and KFC Sarah Logan. Ruby Riott, I think, is going to have a breakout match here. She will not win the title because nobody expects Ruby Riott to go on to fight Asuka at WrestleMania. Charlotte is going to retain the title. I think Ruby Riott's going to have a nice showcase for herself here. She's going to show us what she really is made of. She's going to show us why she is the true leader of the Riott Squad, even though I think they are completely unnecessary on TV together. Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott and Sarah Logan, they need to all go their separate ways. All of these women need to have separate identities. These stables are doing nothing for the show. They're doing nothing for the division. Ruby Riott came out on Tuesday and stated that, you know, she wants to take Charlotte off her perch. She wants to take Charlotte off her throne. Charlotte's been given everything that she's got in WWE because she's a Flair. You know, if this was your mentality coming into SmackDown Live, why wasn't this done the first week you debuted? Why wasn't Charlotte the main target here for your Ruby Riott and Riott Squad campaign? Now, 3 months later, 2 months later, now you're giving me this half-assed excuse? Come on, man. This should have been done in week 1, not in week 9. Ridiculous. Nobody expects Ruby Riott to go on to WrestleMania to fight Asuka or whoever for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Charlotte will win. Do we see Asuka? I say yes. I say after the match, Asuka goes into business for herself. She comes out, challenges Charlotte to a match at WrestleMania, and we are off to the races. It needs to happen. It needs to happen. So let's get Asuka there. Let's get Asuka challenging Charlotte and get that going for the next 4 weeks. Usos, Jimmy and Jay versus the New Day. I don't know which members of the New Day will be fighting, but it is what it is. This has a potential to steal the show. This is a tag team feud that carried SmackDown Live last year. Not really too keen on seeing it again because I want others to get opportunity over the New Day. The New Day have seen their day, but I'm not going to complain because I know that these two teams, when they're in the ring together, they are at the top of their game. And the competitive nature of both of these teams come out, and it's absolutely fucking all over the screen. So I'm going with this, and this might be the match of the night, to be brutally honest with you. The Usos are going to retain the title. I want the Usos to win because I want to see a match 2-on-2, not some fucking multi-man fatal 4-way tag team match at WrestleMania, which I know WWE's going to do because they got to get everybody on the show. Usos versus the Bludgeon Brothers at WrestleMania. Get the Usos on the main card. I think the Usos retain here, and then the New Day, I don't know what they do at WrestleMania. Who gives a shit? Not everybody belongs in the WrestleMania card. There's no plans for you? Oh, well, maybe next year. There's always the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens will be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. You know? What, the New Day's too good for the Battle Royal? If Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are not on the main show in a match for themselves, there's no reason to have multi-man matches for the tag team titles. That's my logic behind that. So I'm going with the Usos here. Really nothing out of the ordinary. The promo that they cut 2 weeks ago with Big E was great. You know, the Usos explaining that they've been at 9 WrestleManias and have not been on the main card once. Let's change that this year. I think they have more than proved they belong on the main card. Bobby Roode versus Randy Orton. I couldn't give a single fuck, honestly. And that's a shame. Bobby Roode, NXT Bobby Roode, where the fuck are you, bro? Will you please stand up? I miss you dearly. Bobby Roode versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton has never captured the United States Championship. I'm either assuming one of two things here. A, Jinder Mahal gets added during the pre-show to make it a triple threat match because he's not on the show. Or B, Jinder Mahal costs Randy Orton the match. And we get Bobby Roode going into WrestleMania as the champion, and then Randy Orton winning the United States Championship at WrestleMania because it's never happened. First time ever, right? So what grander way to make a first time ever for one of your biggest guys than to give him the title he's never had at WrestleMania? That's what I'm going with. One of two things. Mahal either gets added to make this a triple threat match, and if that is the case, I say Mahal wins the title, pins Randy Orton, and then Mahal drops the title to Randy Orton at WrestleMania. You know? But either way you look at it, I think Bobby Roode's going to retain here. And I think Bobby Roode eventually will lose the title at WrestleMania. And Bobby Roode needs a fucking makeover, man. Turn him heel. Please. This nauseating babyface Bobby Roode is making me sick. Comes out of NXT, one of the best fucking heels in the company, and they turn him babyface on his first night because of his theme music. How ridiculous. Bobby Roode is going to retain the title due to outside interference from Jinder Mahal. And in the main event, AJ Styles, John Cena, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler. Either one of two things here. Baron Corbin ain't winning it. Sami Zayn ain't winning it. Kevin Owens ain't winning it. John Cena certainly ain't winning it. AJ Styles either retains by pinning John Cena or Dolph Ziggler wins the WWE title, holds it till Tuesday, drops it back to AJ Styles in some fuck finish. Then he has a problem with Shane McMahon. That feud takes shape on Tuesday. AJ gets the title back and then eventually drops it to Shinsuke Nakamura at WrestleMania. That's your prediction. That's your prediction. I couldn't give a single fuck about this show. AJ is going to pin John Cena, or Dolph Ziggler will win the title by pinning whomever, be the WWE champion going into Tuesday, get another match with AJ on Tuesday. AJ will win the title back, and then you're going to see AJ go on to defend against Nakamura, and Ziggler will start his feud with Shane McMahon. There is no other alternative for this six-pack challenge. Cena ain't winning it. Owens ain't winning it. Zayn ain't winning it. Corbin has zero chance of winning it. Simple as that. That's your SmackDown Live Fastlane pay-per-view preview and predictions. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I got a Judas Priest record to listen to. Thank you guys so much. Hope you enjoyed the video. That is off the script this weekend. I'll be back tonight with Fastlane review and results. Thank you to my boy Sal Rex and Mike Will for the thumbnail and the layout that you will see later today for the review. I am JD. Hit that thumbs up. Thank you guys so very much. And I will see you guys tonight for Fastlane 2018. Have a great Sunday. I'll see you tonight for the pay-per-view.